Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Zack Snyder addressing the media about calling fans toxic. And I feel like it's about time somebody finally calls the media out for their nonsense because they've been doing this for years. They've been attacking fans, calling them all kinds of names or something like that. No matter if you like Zack Snyder or not, you can't deny the fact that his fan base done some amazing things, just like the Phantom Menace. They want to say that these two fan base are the most toxic fan base in the world, but yet they do so much good, and you're trying to cherry pick a few bad apples within an entire franchise or whatever. For years, the Zack Snyder's fan base been called all kinds of crazy stuff, been told how stupid they were. Oh, the Snyder Cut doesn't exist. You guys are stupid. Zack Snyder's a hack or whatever and stuff like that. Get over yourselves or whatever. And it was the media that was really egging on this attack towards Zack Snyder and the fan base. My thing is, every fan base has toxicity within it, no matter who you are. You can't just sit up there and say, oh, this fan base is more toxic than the other fan base or whatever, especially when it comes to things like Star Wars, DC comic books, Marvel, or whatever and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, the thing that you're calling toxic is really the people that are saying, hey, this stuff doesn't work or whatever, or hey, it does exist for like Zack Snyder, for example, or whatever. You know, toxicity from fan base comes in all shapes and forms or whatever. But it's like no matter what Zack Snyder does, the media and people who just don't like the man just has a whole bunch of things to say. I'm not a Zack Snyder fanboy or whatever and stuff like that, so I'm mostly neutral with Zack Snyder, but I can see what his vision is, if that makes sense. If I Even if I don't agree with a lot of stuff, especially like that whole Wonder Woman thing, that Wonder Woman beheading somebody and holding it or whatever is stupid. And for people that was talking about, oh, this would have been more amazing in 1984, no, the hell it wouldn't, because you guys complained about Superman snapping Zod's neck. So don't sit up here and tell me, oh, it'll be okay that Diana would be in a Sumerian war and she would just be slicing heads off. Diana's been in plenty of war books if you read, Justice Society of America and even her early runs, but she wouldn't blatantly go out there and kill these people. The only time she'll kill somebody is if it was absolute. And most of the time that she's killing something, she's killing mystical creatures or whatever. She's not just going out there killing humans, and she wouldn't hold it as a trophy. But that was my issue with Zack Snyder thing. And then the rumors of the dead Robin is Dick Grayson. No, that's stupid. When DC said they want to do a Nightwing solo movie, that no, Jason Todd. That's what I hate about when they take characters that already have a story and tries to give it to another character, aka Wonder Woman, Cassie Stanmark's Wonder Girl, who is originally the daughter of Zeus, but yet they gave all of that character development and traits to Diana for no reason, when Diana already had 80 years worth of history that they could have used, and Cassie only had 30 years. Hell if I know. But those are poor example. That was another poor example of like, hey, let's take a character that already has history and give them somebody else's backstory for no reason, because we want to be different or subvert expectations. But yeah, I'm glad that he is calling out, because the media, pop culture media, needs to stop with this. Anytime the fan base say they don't like this, or anytime the fan base are vocal about something that they want, it's always these articles, this hit piece about toxic fans, toxic trolls or whatever. And it's just like, you mean the fans that are actually buying the stuff, that are actually supporting it more so than the people who don't support anything? It's always the people that are making these hit pieces or trying to agree with the nonsense about, oh yeah, the fan base is toxic, are the main ones that aren't buying anything, that aren't supporting anything. They're just all talk behind the keyboard, and that's it. It's crazy. And I know Zack Snyder was talking about the media, and yet you have these people in the media, and even people who don't like Zack Snyder, throwing out this rhetoric. Well, his fan base is toxic because this, and this. That's not what he's saying. This is how you completely missing the note of what he's saying. He's not talking about the bad apples. He's talking about in general how his fan base has done so much to make sure that the Snyder Cut happened, to make sure that there was money and a foundation for his daughter after she died and stuff like that. He's talking about how the media and some of these pop culture blogs are sitting up here labeling the fans in general as toxic trolls. You can't keep attacking a fan base and calling them toxic trolls every other second just because you don't agree with something that they are doing or whatever, or just because you don't like that vision or whatever and stuff like that. Not everybody's going to like your vision. Not everybody's going to agree with that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's right to sit up there and attack this man constantly. Zack Snyder can sneeze, and then it's a whole bunch of hit pieces about how terrible he is as a director, how terrible his movies is, how there's no such things as a Snyder Cut. When is enough is enough? You guys got to stop with this stuff. That's why people go to YouTube and stuff like that. They don't listen to these pop culture vlogs anymore or whatever. That's why Warner Brothers, DC comic books, Marvel, MCU, Star Wars, Star Trek, all of these pop culture phenomenons are losing money because they're listening to the wrong crowd. You can't keep listening to people who constantly attack your customer base and tell them how terrible they are as people and then expect them to support your stuff when it comes out. The reason why Zack Snyder is getting support because he's never once called any of the fans these crazy things. Yes, he knows that there are some trolls or whatever. He knows not everybody's gonna like his stuff. But one thing he didn't do, he didn't go out there and make a hit piece and attack the fans. Ryan Johnson, Brie Larson, you know what I'm saying? The whole entire Star Wars writer guild over there. They didn't, you go out there and attack the entire fan base about how toxic they are, how wrong they are about whatever they like or whatever, and then expect them to buy your stuff. No, you have to show respect. Respect is earned, not given. Just because you work on something don't mean I have to respect or like any of your stuff. But like I said, for me is I can respect his vision, Zack Snyder's vision, even if I don't agree with everything that he did. And I'm not going to sit up here and agree with everything he did. I think his worst mistake ever was casting of Lex Luthor. No matter what anybody say, that probably is the worst decision of his life, to be honest. But other than that, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, it's terrible, blase, I hate everything or whatever and something like that. Because for me, I can look at a vision for anybody's story, movies, or whatever, just like I can look at the whole vision with the MCU or whatever and stuff like that. I can break down what I do like and what I don't like and stuff like that. I'm not going to sit up here and say everything that the MCU done is perfect, because Captain Marvel is a failure, to be honest. Civil War was hot garbage, to be honest. As far as a Captain America 3 movie, Spider-Man, Jesus Christ, they haven't even got Spider-Man correct at all. I've never seen the home company, screw up Spider-Man so much, it makes absolutely no sense. But I can still respect what's going on in the MCU, even if I don't agree with some of the stuff that they've been doing. And that's how we have to look at it. You can dislike or whatever, but don't keep attacking the fan base just because you get a few bad apples, because every fan base has it, no matter how you want to do it. We've seen what they do. They sit up here and come into these fandoms or whatever, people who aren't really fans, and then they'll start all this riff into the fandoms or whatever, make these hit pieces out about how toxic fans are or whatever, and then stir the pot. And then the real fans are like, wait, no, we're not like that. Just because we're having discussions about stuff, or just because somebody said they don't agree with stuff, don't mean that we're this racist, homophobic, all that, all that hateful stuff. And I don't blame Zack Snyder, because it's enough. Enough is enough with the media. The media needs to stop with this hateful nonsense. They don't never want to report on the real stories about that kind of stuff. And that's why people go to YouTube. That's why people go other places that's not the media, because they know it's full of crap. They need to stop. We really need to stop this nonsense. It's okay to have a fan base that's passionate about the person that they look up to. You know, it is what it is, but you can't keep attacking the fan base and then expect the fan base not to attack back. And then try to take one instance from when the fans finally stand up for themselves, or take an instance where one person says something and then have to blow up. You know what I'm saying? For every one toxic person, there are 500 positive people. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you have to look at it. But yeah, that was my little thoughts about the whole Zack Snyder, putting the media in its place. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.